Good afternoon, everybody. I hope you can hear us properly. Please shout if you can't, please, because we can't see us ourselves, so I hope you can see us. We're going to wait for a few seconds to see if we've got any more people joining us, and we will start shortly. How do I... Right, good afternoon, everybody. For those who don't know me, I'm Sarah, and I'm the Senior Events Manager here at ETOA. Thank you for joining us today for the Hoteliers European Marketplace webinar. I'm here with my colleague Leila.
Welcome, everyone. Thank you for joining.
Leila is the Market Manager for Spain and Portugal. We will be running through a few points for our workshop. The purpose of this webinar is basically to help you guys, both buyers and hoteliers, make the most of the day. One of the things we cannot stress enough is that you should make the most of the day and use all networking opportunities for business purposes. So not only your appointments, but also we've got 2 open networking periods, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. There's also coffee breaks, lunch break, and also a drinks reception at the end. As you probably know already, you've probably received an email yesterday as the appointment system opened yesterday. So if you haven't made your appointments preferences, please do so. Later will show us in a minute how the appointment system works in case you have any questions. Once everybody makes their preferences, you will receive a provisional list of appointments. Please don't take that for granted. The one you need to go by is the one you receive on the day. The one we send you by email is a provisional one. It shouldn't differ much from the one you receive on the day, but just make sure you go by the one you receive on the 10th of February. I'm also going to talk about the fam trip for those buyers that are attending the fam trip, and also the welcome dinner, which, as you know, is open for both buyers and hoteliers. And please do use the question facility you have on the webinar. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, we will probably answer them at the end of the webinar or throughout. And also, I would like to thank our sponsors. We couldn't do our Hoteliers European Marketplace with the support from our DMOs, in this case Turismo Sevilla. And also thank you to the Barcelona Hotel Group for hosting us for the 2nd year. For those that haven't been, the hotel is fantastic and it has been fully refurbished, so hopefully it's even nicer than last year. And we also have for the fam trip and the welcome dinner the support of City Sightseeing and Autocares Lact, which is a local coach company. I'm going to just run through some operational facts of the workshop. As you hopefully all know, it will take place at the Barcelona Sevilla Renacimiento. All the details of the address are on the website, but if you have any questions, just shout. And it will be on Monday, the 10th of February. For those buyers attending the fam trip, obviously you will start a bit earlier on the Saturday, 8th of February, and we will have a welcome dinner on Sunday, the 9th of February. For the workshop on the Monday, we start registration at 8 a.m. You don't need to arrive there at 8 a.m. There's plenty of time, but please all buyers be seated by 9 a.m. and please the hoteliers collect your packs before the start of the workshop at 9 a.m. At 8:45, we will have a breakfast briefing, and it will run through some points for maybe people that delegates that haven't attended any of our workshops before. And if you have any questions, there will be 4 members of ETOA at the Barcelona, so don't hesitate to ask us if you have any questions. All appointments will start at 9 a.m. sharp. So please, be ready by 9 a.m. And there will be coffee breaks and lunch throughout the day. So you will have time to relax as well and maybe do a bit more informal networking. Our appointments finish at 6 minutes past 5 p.m., which is a bit earlier than our usual workshops that usually finish at 5:30. And this will be followed by a drinks reception, which will be for around 1 hour. So hopefully you will stay as well for that. Before I start with the appointments, if any of you need to leave earlier or will arrive a bit later than 9 a.m., please let us know beforehand so we can adjust your appointments accordingly, rather than later on when it's a bit more complicated to adjust everything. So please let us know if you have any problems or if you're arriving late. Just to let you know, our appointment system will come from a email called Celestina. Celestina is not a person, it's our appointment management system. So please don't delete the email, as it's quite important. Once you make your appointments, our appointment system has both preferences from buyers and hoteliers. So, for example, if you're a buyer that hasn't requested a particular hotel or maybe in a particular location, and you get an appointment with that particular hotel, it might be because they have requested you. So please bear in mind that the preferences are from both parties, the buyers and the hoteliers. In this occasion, and like most of our workshops, it will be the buyers who are seated and the suppliers are the ones moving around the room. So please, for the hoteliers, I would recommend you don't bring a lot of material with you, because you're going to have to carry it around the room. So probably it's best to do an electronic follow-up, obviously, and it's much more sustainable. So please do so. If you need to send any material to the hotel, please contact me, as I can give you the information to do so. The suppliers, or in this case the hoteliers, you will go by your appointments that you receive on the day, and you will get the number of the table that you need to go to. Each appointment will last 12 minutes, so you will have to change tables every 12 minutes. The provisional appointments for both buyers and hoteliers is for you to prepare beforehand, so you know which buyers you're meeting, you know which hotels you're meeting. If you want to check the full list of attendees, because maybe you want to see a buyer or a hotel that you haven't been matched with, you can check on our website where the attendee list is updated regularly. So you can prepare, and if you would like to meet somebody that you haven't been allocated an appointment with, please come to us and we can help you on the day to tell you which person it is and maybe arrange a meeting with them. Right, now Lady's going to run through some statistics of the day, and then she's going to do a demonstration of the appointment system. Please let us know if you have any questions about the appointment system especially. And then after she finishes, I'll run through the fam trip and the welcome dinner. So go ahead.
Hello everyone again. Thank you very much for joining us today. I will let you know a little bit of data and statistics of the people attending our HEM 2020. Just for you to know, there is pretty much a lot of new people in the room this year. 20% of the attending buyers companies are new. 35% of the attending buyers, suppliers companies are new. And in total, around 50% of the delegates attending have never attended HEM before. Now, if we go to the source markets, The top 5 source markets have selected. They are worldwide, and then the breakdown will be North America with a 23%, Europe with 15%, United Kingdom with 7%, and also China with a 5%. If we break down the buyers on the type, we have top of the list will be tour operators, 45%. Wholesalers, B2B is 33%. Local DMCs are 18%. And then we have OTAs and MICE with 7%. Then if we go to the supplier side, we have the top 5 destinations. Spain is the first one, also high demanded from our buyers. After we'll have France, Portugal, Italy, and Germany. Now we can go to the appointment system. We'll be sharing the screen with you guys.
Right,
okay.
Here we go.
Sarah, thank you. So you should have received an email from, as Sarah mentioned, from Celestina. Celestina is our appointment matching system, and you should have received password. This password, you need to introduce it here, and then once you log in, you will see the whole appointment system instructions. I will go through the instructions to make sure everyone is following carefully what to do and what not to do. So the deadline to make your appointments is Friday, 24th of January. Until this day, you have time to go back and forth on your selections, and you can make amendments on it. As you can see here, you can make changes to your selections and amend the order as many times as you need until the 24th of January. Each time you add a company to or remove it from the preference choices area, it's auto-saved. The last list you submit, that will be the one we will take it as the final list. You have up to 15 companies to select. And you need to make sure the 3 companies on the top of the list are the most preferable to you. We may not be able to assign all the choices, as Ada said. So it's 15 choices you have to make, but we cannot guarantee 100% you will meet these 15 companies, because we need to take into consideration what the other part has selected. So it's a match between the buyers and the suppliers. Now we can go on how to use the buttons. So use the add button. We can go down here to the selection. So this is as you are a buyer. I have logged in as I'm a buyer. So I want to see all the categories. Which countries? Let's say I want to see hotels in France, and then I apply the filter. Now we will need to scroll down to see what is the result. So we have here the list of hotels or hotel chains that have hotels in France. So if we want to view a description of the supplier, we click on view, and here on the top you can see the little description of this specific supplier, hotelier. Now if we want to add it to our list, we just click on add. Once we have the selection on the preference choices, we can also view or remove, but we can put this selection in order. So let's say I want to add 2 more, I want to add 2 more to the choices. And then this one, for example. Now, if we want to make B&B hotels top of our list, we will click on up and it will go on number 1. This is very important for you to know because this will be your 3 most preferable choices that we will try to meet 100%. The rest underneath, it will be depending on what the suppliers also have selected. If you have any questions, please feel free. We go up again to the buttons. Yes, as we said, it's very important you submit your choices at the end, here on the Submit My Choices. Another very important thing for the filter is every time you want to find a specific company, specific region, you need to remove your previous choices. So you reset all your choices and you can start again. Here we can also do the selection for what these hoteliers have requested. So let's say which hoteliers want to meet OTAs and in all regions. And here we have the list of all the hoteliers that have requested to meet OTAs. Same process. We can view the description of the hotelier, we can add, or we can remove from here. The same system works for suppliers. So the overview of suppliers is exactly the same. They will see on top of this representing option, they will see OTAs, they will see MICE companies. So just swapping this down to the top. They will see tour operators and they can also filter by regions. Exactly the same for buyers or suppliers. I think that's all for now. Just highlighting, as Sarah said, please be prepared for your meetings. Make sure you make your selections carefully. You have 1 full day of very busy appointments, 12-minute appointments. You need to be really, really well prepared to make the most of it. Sarah?
Yeah, Sienna, I can read your question. You can select multiple countries. In terms of the countries here, you have to do one by one. Is that what, I hope that's what you mean. So if you want, you can't select multiple countries at the same time. You have to go one by one.
Ah, yes.
So yeah, so you would have to go, well, if you wanted Finland, France, or Spain, you would have to go one by one. Good, I'm glad.
All clear.
All clear.
She said.
Excellent. So if anybody has any more questions about the appointment system, and as Leda said, it's really important that once you add your 15 preferences, that you put them in order. So so you need to put them in order so we can match you the best way with either buyers or the hoteliers. So don't just add all the companies that you're interested in, but then you need to put them in order of your preference. And as Leda said, we will always try to give the top 3, you know, give you an appointment with your top 3. Obviously, it doesn't happen 100% all the time, but you know, we will try to do our best. Once you receive your provisional list of appointments, let us know that you know, you're happy, and always, and we can't stress it enough, prepare with the one we've sent you, but always go for the appointment list that we give you on the day. Okay. So if I'm going to run through the social program, obviously we have a fam trip on Saturday and Sunday that's only available for buyers, but if you are attending the fam trip, please make sure you are in Seville by Saturday morning. So the fam trip starts from the hotel Saturday afternoon, 2:30 p.m. So please get a flight on Saturday morning so you're there on time for the fam trip. On Saturday the 8th, the fam trip is in the afternoon until after dinner. And on Sunday it starts in the morning until more or less 5 p.m. So you have time to go back to the hotel and get ready for the dinner. Now, for both buyers and hotels, there is a transfer available from the Barcelona hotel in the afternoon to take you to where the dinner is going to be, which this year is at the Casino de la Exposición. So the transfer leaves the hotel at 7:15 p.m. Either Lady and I or one of our colleagues will be at the lobby to indicate you where you need to go. But please feel free. This is available for both buyers and hoteliers. So you're welcome to take the transfer, which will go back to the hotel at 9:45 p.m. So the dinner will run more or less from 7:30 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. The deadline to register for the dinner is the 31st of January. A lot of you have already said yes or no on your registration. And also for the buyers that haven't registered for the fam trip, the deadline is the 27th of January. And that's it, I think. If you guys have any questions, please use the question facility that you have there. As I said, we wouldn't be able to run HEM, Hoteliers European Marketplace, without the support of our DMOs, which in this case obviously is Turismos de Sevilla, which will be present at the workshop and would be happy to answer any questions that you might have. And also we've got the support of City Sightseeing and Autocares Lag for the transfers, which is great. Yeah, please let us know. We're going to wait a little bit longer in case you have any questions.
Yeah, and also this webinar is recorded, so if you have any doubts about how to do your appointment list, you can always go back to the link and see the little explanation I did to you, or feel free to ask any questions in the future if you might have. There's one question here for...
Yeah, Jana, there isn't a transfer from the airport, so from flights and transfers from the airport to the hotel are at everyone's own expense. Just to let you know, I think there is a flat rate in Seville for the taxis, and I think it's around 25 euros.
Yes.
So whether you go to the Barcelona or any other hotel in Seville, it should be a flat rate of 25 euros.
That was last year. So
yeah, last year was 25. So make a mental note about that, because you don't want to be ripped off, basically.
No, by civilian taxi driver.
Any other questions before? It will be us two plus two of our colleagues in Seville. So if you see us around in the hotel before the workshop, just stop us and say hi.
We'll meet at the dinner the day before. No more questions. So we will wrap up.
Nope. Is the flat taxi rate as well for train station? Good question. Fernando, I will make sure I find that out, and I will either give you a call or pop you an email. But yeah, I will let you know about that. Sorry, I don't have the answer. And yeah, I can't see any more questions coming in. So if that's all, we look forward to seeing you in Seville, either on the 8th, 9th or 10th of February. And I can't stress enough, Celestina is not a person. And please put your preferences in order of your choice, okay? And we will do our best to fit your priorities or preferences. So I hope to see you soon, and we'll see you in Seville.
See you in Seville, and remember you have still 8 days to make your list of appointments. The list will be closed on the 24th. So yes, as Sarah mentioned, thank you very much for joining us. I hope it was clear enough.